parade. We will now begin the evening gown speech and on-stage question portion of our Miss competition. Starting with contestant number 1, Lydia Hardy. Lydia is 18 and will be a freshman at University of Illinois in the fall. She was the Illinois Youth 4-H Leadership Team State Reporter in the Spanish Club, Cheer, and Scholastic Bowl.
The Fair Board is a group of volunteers who make sure that all the events at the fair happen. If you were on the Fair Board, what committee would you want to be on and why?
I would want to be on the Ag Committee. Agriculture has always held a very special place in my heart, and I think that we all could use a little bit more agriculture in our lives. It's 2024, and my biggest fear in 4-H is public speaking. So much so, if I made a mistake, I want to move to another country. And trust me, my French is no bueno. That's when I met an older 4-H member who, in my eyes, was perfect. She spoke clearly and carefully with a sense of confidence I could only dream of. So one day I decided to ask her, how do you do it? How are you not so afraid? She looked at me and said, Lydia, what are you talking about? I am terrified. That's when I learned a very important lesson. Sometimes in life, you have to do things scared. You don't have to be fearless to be successful. You just have to be brave enough to take that next step. We each have an important voice that deserves to be heard. What matters is what we do with it. We can keep it hidden, hoping no one calls on us, or we can rise to the occasion. It is our job as friends, leaders, and community members to encourage these voices and to make room for them. So whether your voice shakes, your hands tremble, or your heart races, speak anyway. Someone may need to hear exactly what you have to say.
Listening to music and crocheting. The best advice she has ever received is courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. Thank you, contestant number 1.
Contestant number 2, Aubrey 7. Aubrey is 17 and will be a senior in the fall. She is a part of student council, FFA president, and member of the National Honor Society. Aubrey enjoys baking, painting, event planning, and being with friends and family.
The Fair Board is a group of volunteers who make sure that all the events at the fair happen. If you were on the Fair Board, what committee would you want to be on and why?
If I was on the Fair Board, a committee I would like to be on would be the one that gets to plan all the fun events like the concert. I would love to be a part of picking the person who's singing at the concert that year. People often say it takes a village to raise a child, and I was lucky enough to grow up in one. Growing up in a small town taught me lots of things. It taught me the values of kindness, hard work, and always showing up for others. I was lucky enough to grow up with great neighbors who were always there to lend a hand or check in on you, and a community that stood together during difficult times and celebrated each other's successes. Living in a small town showed me that you don't have to be a big person to make a big difference. It can be as simple as helping out a neighbor, supporting a local event, or being there for someone who needs you. No matter where life takes me, I will always be grateful for the lessons I learned growing up in a small town. The community and the people who supported me have shaped me to be who I am today, and I'll carry those lessons with me wherever I go.
Everything is own. One of the strongest things you can do is ask for help. Thank you, contestant number 2.
Contestant number 3, Melissa Heber. Melissa Heber is 18 and will be a freshman at Sauk Valley Community College. She is the MC for the newly developed Miss Gold Pageant in Mineral.
The
The Fair Board is a group of volunteers who make sure that all the events at the fair happen. If you were on the Fair Board, what committee would you want to be on and why?
If I was on any Fair Board committee for Bureau County's Fair, I would love to be on the concert committee. I believe they have amazing concerts every year and bring in a bunch of new singers. I joined my first pageant when I was 6, and ever since, it's became my livelihood. Every summer, winter, spring, I live for the thought of, when's my next pageant? What's my next pageant speech? How could I ever memorize it in time? Months in advance. Yet this year, something was different, and honestly, I wasn't too sure what to talk to you about here today. So let me tell you why I love pageant. Why I'm still on stage 12 years later. Fun fact, pageant actually gave me the opportunity to co-direct with a great friend of mine to start another pageant in our area. Ask me how I got to where I am today, I'd simply tell you from pageant teaching me the resilience and commitment for the things I love. Pageantry is a community, a safe place to learn and build your confidence, public speaking, and voice through life, while also making amazing memories you will speak about forever. So while I aspire to be in law enforcement one day, a piece of my heart will always wish to be on stage.
Melissa gets to lift weights, run, travel, and explore. The best advice she received is if you fall down 7 times, stand up 8. Thank you, contestant number 3.
Contestant number 4, McKenna Monday. McKenna is 20 and will be a junior at Iowa State University. She is the student football equipment manager, content creator for the Cyclones and Willow Hall Treasure. McKenna enjoys hunting, going to concerts, and watching The Farmer Wants a Wife.
The Fair Board is a group of volunteers who make sure that all the events at the fair happen. If you were on the Fair Board, what committee would you want to be on and why?
I would want to be on the grandstand committee because I think that's the best way to draw a crowd to our Bureau County Fair. Honestly, Wednesday, with it being opening night of the fair, I would add the rodeo because I think that would be the best way to kick off the fair. Most people don't expect the girl in 3-inch heels to be the same one dragging a tackle dummy across the football field at 6 a.m. But a little grit and a lot of caffeine can go a long way. As a student equipment manager at Iowa State University, my days consist of organizing gear, preparing drills, and keeping things running behind the scenes. Sure, the athletes might be twice my size, but I've earned their respect by showing up, being dependable, and knowing every defensive play call. Nothing humbles a 250-pound linebacker like a 5'6" girl correcting his read. Over time, I've learned that respect isn't about strength, it's about reliability. Being a woman in sports means proving day after day that we belong in the room, on the field, and in the conversation. My job might not come with headlines or highlight reels, but it reminds me of something bigger. Being successful isn't about the spotlight, it's about the hard work you're willing to put in when no one's looking. And at the end of the day, I've already earned my spot on the field. So the next time you're watching a football game, keep an eye on the sideline. You might find a girl like me, exactly where everyone said she couldn't be.
You're building, but don't forget to appreciate the life you're living today. Thank you, contestant number 4.
Contestant number 5, Andrea Davis. Andrea is 20 and is a dental technician. She is a member of the Plainville United Methodist Church. She enjoys baking, thrifting, listening to music, painting, and fashion.
The Fair Board is a group of volunteers who make sure that all the events at the fair happen. If you were on the Fair Board, what committee would you
so willing to help. I told my mom the other day that going to practices is like playing with Barbies in real life because everyone's just so sweet and we have a good time together. Have you ever noticed how a certain song can play and the whole vibe in the room can shift? For me, I have a plethora of songs that make me jump up from my seat. And to anyone that knows me, they know I take a lot of pride in having a very versatile music taste. From Metallica to Taylor Swift to a Disney Channel theme song, I really love it all. One of the first songs I remember listening to is Airplanes by B.O.B. and Haley Williams. My mom would tell me stories of little me being in the backseat singing along to every word. And I still do that to this day. But now I'm in the driver's seat of my own car with my friends. The windows are down, but the music's loud, but I'm relaxed, obviously. I love building relationships from music and thinking about someone when a certain song comes on, or even just singing along to your favorite song with a stranger. Music makes the mundane moments a little more exciting.
Andrea says the best advice she ever received is love is never lost when perception is earned. Thank you, contestant number 5.
Contestant number 6, Clarissa Young. Clarissa is 17 and will be a freshman at SIU Carbondale. She is a state finalist in poultry production, outstanding FFA member, and makes blankets for local foster children. She enjoys raising poultry, caring for animals, and gardening.
The Fair Board is a group of volunteers who make sure that all the events at the fair happen. If you were on the Fair Board, what committee would you want to be on and why?
If I were on the fair board, I would want to be somebody that helps advertise for the fair. Without advertising it, you won't have anyone show up and you won't have a successful fair. I believe in the future of agriculture because I've lived it, learned it, and found my purpose in it. Being involved in agriculture and FFA has had a massive impact on my life. FFA is not just about growing up on a farm and showing livestock, because I didn't, but I found a home in agriculture. Not because of where I started, but because of who I've grown into. FFA has taught me about learning to lead, speak with confidence, and to always work hard for what I believe in. Because of FFA, I've gained confidence, leadership skills, and public speaking skills, which is the reason I'm standing on this stage tonight. Whether I'm at conventions, competing in contests, or giving a speech like this one, I've found a place where I feel proud of who I am and where I'm headed. FFA has inspired me to become an ag teacher so I can inspire others to find their place in agriculture just like I did.
Clarissa said the best advice she has ever received is being ready is not a feeling, it's a choice. Thank you, contestant number 6.
Contestant number 7, Matilda Mitchell. Matilda is 17 and will be a senior in the fall. She's involved in volleyball, Heritage Club, and is a peer tutor. She is also a day camp counselor. She enjoys being with her friends and family, being with her Clydesdale Will, playing volleyball, and reading.
The Fair Board is a group of volunteers who make sure that all the events at the fair happen. If you were on the Fair Board, what committee would you want to be on and why?
I would definitely want to be on the pageant committee. I think it's so important to empower and lift up young girls. It's funny how the places we never want to be sometimes become the places that shape us the most. For me, that place was a hospital. When my grandpa spent over a month there, I was terrified. Every day I walked through those doors wondering if I would get one more hug, conversation, or a chance to tell him I loved him. But in the middle of it all, I witnessed something extraordinary. The nurses weren't just caring for my grandpa. They were caring for my entire family. They celebrated the good days with us, comforted us through the hard ones, and somehow made a place filled with fear feel a little more hopeful. Watching them changed me. They showed me that nursing isn't just about treating illnesses and giving medications. It's about treating people with kindness, dignity, and compassion when they need it the most. They lived out the simple idea of treating others the way you would want to be treated. While Grandpa being there was hard, it gave me something I'll always be grateful for. It helped me discover my purpose. Because of him, I hope to one day be the nurse who can help a family feel a little less afraid and reminds them that they are never alone.
Is to treat others the way you want to be treated, and that is how she lives her life every day. Thank you, contestant number 7.
Susanna is 16 years old and will be a junior in high school. She is involved in cross-country, work program, and is a Star-Spangled Banner singer. She likes to go on runs with her sister, go shopping with friends, and spending time with family.
The Fair Board is a group of volunteers who make sure that all the events at the fair happen. If you were on the Fair Board, what committee would you want to be on and why?
I would want to be on the fair board, the Pageant fair board, so I can help girls be confident and come up here and do their best. I would hate to have a sister, is a phrase you'd never hear me say. Some people might be glad to say that, but I don't think I'd be where I am today without mine. Having her isn't just having another sibling. It's having a built-in role model, someone to go to for advice, and most importantly, a homegrown best friend. Growing up, we shared so many memories together. One of my favorite memories was competing alongside my sister in her very first pageant. Even then, I looked up to her and admired her confidence. It wasn't just about winning the crown, it was about getting to share this special experience with her, and it's a memory I'll always cherish. Even though me and my sister are 5 years apart, we still hang out and do everything together, from just laying in each other's beds talking to going on runs. Even if I end up walking the whole time, there's never a moment I regret being with her. Every pair of sisters will have problems here and there, especially when it comes to each other's clothes. We stick together and put it past us, because at the end of the day, we are family, and that's what matters most.
The best advice she has ever been given is don't focus on the past. There is still so much ahead to discover. Thank you, contestant number 8.
Contestant number 9, Jessica Reel. Jessica is 18 and will be a freshman at Oklahoma State University. In high school, she was involved in FFA, basketball, and football cheer, and the Spanish club. She enjoys traveling, spending time with family and friends, being outdoors, and baking.
The Fair Board is a group of volunteers who make sure that all the events at the fair happen. If you were on the Fair Board, what committee would you want to be on and why?
If I were to serve on any fair board, I would want to serve on the livestock committee to not only create a larger population of livestock at the shows, but to create stronger bonds between the families that attend them. When people ask me about my experience as an exchange student in Italy, they expect to hear about the incredible food or the beautiful places that I visited. Although all of those things will always remain special to me, the greatest thing that I brought home wasn't a souvenir. It was a new perspective on life. Living with a host family taught me that genuine connections aren't built through words, but rather through trust and an open heart. I learned to approach unfamiliar situations with curiosity over fear, and to acknowledge that our differences are what makes us stronger. When I returned home, I realized that growing up on my family's farm gave me strong roots, but Italy showed me how far they could truly reach. My exchange inspired me to pursue a degree in international ag business, to create lasting connections through agriculture.
Jessica says the best advice she's received is live life with no regrets, because dwelling on the past will slow the success of your future. Thank you, contestant number 9.